Do the walls of your home feel like they are closing in on you the moment you walk through the front door? Does your current house no longer fit your lifestyle, schedule, and needs? Aren't sure if you need to sell or reorganize? This video will help you determine if it's time for a new home. Overcrowding. Do you have more family than you do bedrooms? Have some grown kids come back? Are you now caring for an aging parent or two? Do the children need a separate space for homework, practice, or training for sports or extracurricular activities? Have the toddlers graduated from their junior beds and your teenagers outgrown their twin beds? Do the adults need their own bathrooms for accessibility purposes? Often, as our families grow, our needs change. It is very realistic for teenagers to need a larger bed or more living space in the home, especially if they are a stay-at-home college attendee. And if you are caring for aging parents or loved ones who are on a long road to recovery after an accident, their living accommodations may need to include their own bathroom and sitting area for pseudo-independence. Often, a spare bedroom or a spare room that really isn't a bedroom just does not satisfy the living conditions that are needed. Ask yourself the hard question: does my home have enough space to accommodate all of the people? That's the elders, adults, teenagers, grade schoolers, toddlers, and furry friends who live here? If the basement has been maximized and the garage or shed has already been converted and you still feel like your home is about to burst, then it's probably time to consider another alternative. Out of storage. One thing's for sure, the longer you live in a home, the more stuff you accumulate. If you can't walk through a room without tripping over something, it could mean you've run out of storage space. As you have matured and evolved over the years, moving from perhaps just clothes and basic furniture to hobbies, sports or other activities and associated equipment, side hustles and equipment, office supplies or inventory, souvenirs, and a wardrobe more accustomed to your career path, not to mention the same evolution for others living in your home, storage may be a hot commodity. Cleaning out the closets, decluttering, and being creative with other storage spaces may all have been maximized, and yet there is still stuff that you just need to have. If you and your family need to have it, and there's no place for it, this might be an indicator to buy a bigger house. Outdoor space. While it's common for many families to want a larger yard for outdoor entertaining or the addition of a family pet so they have free roam of space, there are just as many homeowners who have outgrown their outdoor space. Outdoor space is great, but it does mean maintenance, and if you no longer enjoy it, or if it takes up too much of your time, or you are not in a position to pay to have it cared for regularly, it might be time to move. If you are feeling like your beautiful outdoor space is too small, too large, or too much work, considering a move with a more doable outdoor space, if any at all, may be just the solution for you. A new job. Getting a new job is great news. It is such a blessing. However, a new job can also mean a painfully long commute to work. If your daily commute to work means sacrificing valuable time with family and friends, it may be time to start looking at homes closer to your workplace. A farther commute adds up mentally, physically, and financially. Or maybe I should say a farther commute subtracts from you mentally, physically, and financially. If you have finally landed your dream job or the job you know you will remain at for the long haul, consider moving to add some time back so you can be more whole, less stressed, and less tired when you get home from work. Your neighborhood. If the things that first drew you to your community are no longer a good fit with your lifestyle, finding a home that better suits your current lifestyle may be in order. If your community just doesn't feel right anymore, or as time has changed, so have the HOA standards, maybe it's time to consider a relocation. I had a conversation with someone and they were expressing how the HOA said that they would provide this and that for the children and the community, but they never followed through on those and other promises even after 10 plus years. That mixed with other community changes caused them to really look at moving from a new, fresh perspective. As a matter of fact, they have since moved and their commute to their job was cut down over 50%. And while their mortgage is higher, their mental and physical improvements justify the slightly larger monthly financial impact. Is it time for you to relocate because your neighborhood has changed? Secretly home shopping. If you find yourself daydreaming about a new home or browsing listings even though you're not actively looking for a new home, it could be a strong indicator that you're ready for something new. Maybe you wish you had certain amenities, and instead of renovating your current home, you find yourself exploring the home buyer shopping experience for homes that has the amenities that you want in it. While it can be hard to part with a house and the associated memories you have created there, if the recurring thoughts, daydreams, ideas, or conversations of relocating keep coming up, perhaps it's time to move on. Unsure if you have outgrown your home and looking for ways to help you determine if it's time to sell your home and purchase a home that is more aligned with your current lifestyle? Think about these things. Overcrowding. If you have acquired more people living in your home than you have space to accommodate, put a check mark by this one. Out of storage. If you have maximized your storage places, including the attic, the garage, the basement, and under the stairs, and you're still stepping over stuff, and you have donated or trashed what you could, put a check mark by this one. Outdoor space. If your outdoor space is too small, too large, or too much work, and because of any one of these you do not utilize the space, put a check mark by this one. That new job is a blessing, but if having that new job and living where you currently live adds a longer commute or subtracts from your overall mental, physical, or financial wholeness, put a check mark by this one. The neighborhood. Communities change just like you do. And if either you or your community have changed and no longer complement or feel like a good fit, then put a check mark by this one. Secretly home shopping. If you find yourself daydreaming or browsing listings and seriously considering the financial impact and possibly not sharing it with others who live in the house with you, put a check mark by this one. And when you add up all of your check marks, what's your ratio? What's your score? If you have a low score on these items, then perhaps you need to reevaluate some areas, see if you can remodel or upgrade some areas to make your home feel less like it's bursting at the seams and more like your home is being maximized for all of you and your family's lifestyle needs. If your percentage is above 60 or 70%, perhaps it's time to start looking for a new home because you have outgrown the one that you're in. I hope that you have found this video to be helpful and informative to help you determine if you have outgrown your current home or if you need to do some remodeling, renovating, and/or upgrades. Be sure to like this video so others can have access to these outgrown home decision-making strategies. Share it with a friend who could learn the inside scoop on deciding if they have outgrown their home, and leave comments below of some ways you knew you had outgrown your home so that we could continue the conversation. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more real estate insight and home ownership success tips from my home to yours.